Well, I'm joined now by three members of the Academic Affairs Committee. Welcome, gentlemen. How does the work that you do fit into the overall mission of MRS? I'll begin with Stan.
Well, the Academic Affairs Committee is set up really to enhance the experience of students in academia, and also obviously to help the faculty teach them, but we try to get students to interact with each other, get them better courses, and overall give them a better experience. So we've been mostly US oriented, and in the last 2 years we've now tried to bring in far more of the international students and have started international student chapters and encourage students to come here, and MRS helps subsidize them a little bit so they can interact better with each other.
Well, you're the chair of university chapters and the Special Projects Committee. How many international chapters do you have now? What kind of work do you do with that?
We actually have 2 chapters already accepted. A couple of chapters are still in the process of applying, and there is a quickly growing interest. Basically, student chapters is about future of the MRS. And I think that's why I'm excited to play this role, helping student chapter become strong involved with MRS activities, broaden the base by creating international chapters, because it means that those are the active members of the society. People who will come to this conference in the future, people who will help the society grow. And I think with conferences being truly international, bringing broad participation from Europe, Asia, and other parts of the world, it's critically important also to have international chapters as well.
And Jake, you're a student member. As you walk around the meeting, you do notice a lot of PhDs and a lot of PhD candidates and a lot of postdocs. As the student chapter representative, what do you view as your primary mission?
Our chapter does a lot to bring students to these meetings, so we raise funds that we can delegate to students to bring them to this kind of meeting. We also do a lot of outreach with the community, trying to enlighten people about what material science is, that kind of thing.
And so, how important is it for MRS to have an active relationship with academia, and what role do the university chapters play in that relationship?
Well, if we look at MRS is basically a research society, and probably 90% of the active participants are from academia or national labs. And the students are future lifeblood. So we don't get students sucked in at the beginning, we won't have a future. So it's essential we get students at both the undergraduate and graduate level involved in the Boston and San Francisco meetings.
Mm-hmm. Yuri, do you have something to add to that?
Well, basically, as I already mentioned, I think this is one of the most important activities of society, because the society that doesn't bring young people on board has no future. And MRS chapters bring people not only from material science department. Many of the members come from either mechanical, chemical engineering, physics, chemistry. So it spreads the word around about material science. As Jake mentioned, chapters do outreach, go to community and recruit students to study material science, explain the role of materials in our world. And those are extremely important activities. And it's not surprising, you see a really leading material scientists, most best known members of the community like Stan Whittingham, chairing student chapters, being advisor to student chapters, or Millie Dresselhaus at MIT. She has been in charge of MIT student chapter for years, coming to luncheons on Wednesdays, and she's probably one of the busiest people in the world in materials research field. Because I think the community appreciates, faculty like myself appreciate that this is important. We are basically building foundations of the future.
And Jake, since we're talking about students, give us the student perspective. How is it going for you, and what more would you like to see happen in the future?
As far as getting more people to these conferences, I think that would be a great way to start. A lot of students do a lot of really good research and need money to come to these conferences. So maybe having more funding available for those students. Also, we throw a lot of events throughout the year, and they have special project grants from MRS. And we apply for them every year, as do other student chapters around the country. And these grants do a great job of putting together outreach activities and other activities for student chapters in their respective universities.
So what events or talks are of significant interest to your committees at this meeting?
Maybe I can mention one outreach activity which is also at this meeting. This is Nano Week. So there's a big activities here, but also my own student chapter. They have a science cafe this Wednesday back in Binghamton with the VP of Research from Corning speaking there. There'll be the local mall this coming Saturday and at the local museum on the Sunday. So reaching from people from kindergartners up to retired folks. And students like doing that.
So you're doing quite a bit of outreach.
I think we all do, and the academic fairs really encourages that.
Yeah. Well, this meeting has a lot of panels and a lot of seminars. Are there certain events or talks that are of significant interest to you?
Sure, that's why we come to meetings in the first place. Right now there is a student-organized energy forum, which is a student activity coming from actually NSF IGARD program. And I will be giving a talk there in 15 minutes. But there are many sessions. There are poster sessions which allow to get a big picture of what's going on in materials research in the world. And I think this is pretty much gives opportunity to everyone. Doesn't matter what kind of materials people are interested in, find something interesting. And there are outreach activities. I can see Nano Days sign right from here, from this chair. And this is one of the activities in which student chapters traditionally participate a lot.
Jake, what else are you looking forward to at this meeting?
I'm looking forward to the MRS luncheon on Wednesday. They have a t-shirt competition every year.
Oh.
So I look forward to
What happens in the
that.
t-shirt competition?
Student chapters make usually fun t-shirts that are puns on science or current events in science, and you compete to see who comes up with the best idea. And I think Drexel has a pretty good showing this year, so I'm excited for that.
Well, that's great. So it's not all about hard science and serious stuff. You're having some fun too. Gentlemen, thank you. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.